upon a time, there was a forest where only animals lived and no humans ever entered. Although they were all different from each other, all the animals lived in peace. They all had different characteristics. For example, the monkey was the naughty one, the chipmunk was the wuss, the lion was the brave, the gazelle was the fast, the turtle was the slow, the fox was the cheeky one, and the bees were the hard-working ones. The only one that no animal in the forest could get along with was the arrogant crow. The crow did not like to share his food. Sometimes he even stole food from the other animals and flew away. All the animals were talking about this selfish crow and that he needed to be taught a lesson. Being the cheekiest and the smartest one, the fox made the first comment.
You guys leave it up to me. I will do such a trick on that selfish crow, he won't be able to be an arrogant snob anymore.
One day, the crow went into the city to look for food, and he returned to the forest with a big chunk of cheese in his mouth and rested on a branch. Watching from afar, the fox decided to make a move to take the cheese out of the crow's mouth. The fox came next to the tree on which the crow was resting. At that moment, the crow was picking on the cheese that he put on the branch.
Hi there, my friend. What is it that you're eating? I've never seen something like that.
They call it cheese. The humans eat this.
I'm curious about its taste. Would you share some with me?
No way. Do you know how far I had to fly to get this cheese?
So what? One day I will share my food with you and we'll be even.
And why would I care about your filthy food? This cheese is very special. You can find it anytime you want.
Whatever he said, the fox could not convince the crow to share his food. The fox was smart, but the crow was just as smart. So this time the fox made another plan.
Okay, have your cheese. I don't want it. But at least let me come next to you and have a look at this very special cheese that you don't want to share.
When the fox started to climb the tree, the crow took the cheese in a panic and flew to another branch. This time, the fox went under the other tree where the crow was, but the crow had no intention to share his food. The fox gave it a little thought and came up with another plan.
What are the most important flaws of the crow? He's self-conscious and arrogant. Maybe I should take advantage of these to get that food from him. Hey, my friend, do you know why I really came down here?
To prevent losing the cheese in his mouth, he asked without opening up his beak.
What?
I have heard that you have the most beautiful voice in the forest, and apparently when you sing, all animals watching get mesmerized.
When the crow heard this, he fluffed his feathers and started to look very sure of himself.
Sing me a song so that I can hear the magnificent voice of yours and tell about it to my friends.
The fox finally found the crow's weakest points. Finally, when the self-loving crow opened his mouth, the cheese in his mouth fell down, and of course the fox was right there to catch it. The crow was stunned, motionless.
Oh, look at this now. Your precious cheese just fell into my mouth, and man, it tastes good.
Due to his arrogance and self-consciousness, the crow lost his food to the fox.
So, my friend, what did we learn? You should not think of yourself much bigger than you actually are. You shouldn't believe everything you hear. You shouldn't go around saying I'm the best. And don't forget, there are always greater minds.
After he finished his words, the fox walked away and was now lost in the deep forest. From that day on, the crow gave up being arrogant and selfish. He always had good relations with all the other animals and always shared his food.